Okay, Japanese meal, teriyaki chicken is going to be the main course of this meal. And I cut up the chicken into bite-sized pieces or mouth-sized pieces, or just nice-sized pieces, not too small, not too big, a little mixed up. And you know, this teriyaki chicken is the main course to to satisfy my Japanese International Cuisine Night challenge. I guess number 5. I come up with Japan, and I'm gonna make a 3-course meal to make it a traditional. You know, I'm gonna have a bowl. You're gonna have white rice, miso soup, and teriyaki chicken. Now, I'm at the marinating stage. I just almost gonna marinate my finger. And get the black from the stove. I just loaded up my stove. So wait, let's get that up. You can see, soot don't come off easy. Alright, and you're gonna poke these because you want the marinating juice to get inside, and also later in the cooking to let the teriyaki sauce get in. So this is what some chefs, Japanese chefs, would do. Now, you got in Japan traditional meals, in all the countries, you got so many ways to make your traditional meals. So there we go. We're putting that in here, in a big bowl here, right? I'm gonna wash my hands again. Get rid of this for a second. Now, these chicken are going to get marinated. I'm going to marinate these in sake, salt, and pepper. So, as usual, I'm extremely organized here. I didn't even open this sake yet. How do you open it? You just open it like this. Okay, good enough. And then, what we're going to do... Nope, it's not coming off that easy either. Smells good. We're going to put a 2 tablespoons, you know, it's a lot. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. I'm going to use 2 in this marinade because I want this marinade to be juicy, to give everything a chance to do what it's got to do. Then you're going to take some black pepper and do your black pepper dance. Leave it to your own. Everybody's got their own preference of how much pepper and salt they're going to use, okay? So, yeah, it's very hard, plus, you know, I've got all the recipes, I have all different amounts. I don't even know how much chicken I got here, to tell you the truth. You know, you see the amount, it's all approximated. You can do the exact anal, you know, measure things out with a micrometer and nuclear scales and stuff, but you know what? I don't do it that way. Yeah, throw some salt in here because we're going to marinate that. I just threw a little salt. Now you're going to go like this. And mush this all around. See? Now I'm going to let this chicken sit and marinate for a while. You know, it doesn't have to be that long. It could be 10, 20 minutes. You know, it could be 2 hours if you like. It depends. What else you doing? You see? What else you preparing? So, the longer the better. Oh boy, it smells good. I feel like drinking this chicken right now. Get a buzz on. Okay, that's step number 1. The teriyaki chicken. The Japanese teriyaki chicken. Step number 1. Complete the marination of the chicken. Now, I'm going to show you how to make the teriyaki sauce. Okay, here we go. This should be a trip. This should be a trip. So, I'm taking some sesame oil, making the teriyaki sauce now. Here we go. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. You can skip this stage if you like. And I'm using 2 teaspoons of olive oil. See, can't go too crazy with the sesame oil, or else your teriyaki sauce is going to taste like sesame oil, and we don't want that. Now, let me turn some heat on here. We're going to heat that oil up. And there's different ways to do this. Of course we know there's so many different ways to skin a cat. Or shall I say, skin a chicken. Okay. So, in this case, we're going to make this teriyaki sauce very flavorful. That's why starting off with a little oil in that pot, you see? And we all know, and some people don't even use any oil at all when they're making this sauce. They're just going to put the sugar right in here and caramel it down. Okay, but we're not. We're doing this differently. Here's a couple of cloves of garlic and a piece of ginger. That's going to add some flavor. Not too much, but I put a little more than the average person because I like these flavorings. But again, you got to remember, you don't want it to overpower. Nothing to overpower, unless you want something to overpower that you like. Everything always boils down to your own personal preference. As long as you got the basics going on. If you got the basics going on, this is going to taste like teriyaki sauce. And then, like I say, you can make it to your own personal adjustments. You do that with everything in life. You do that in every aspect. And okay, so we're going to just bring out the aromatics from this garlic and ginger. Bring out a little aromatics. Okay, so into this, I'm going to dump a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. You can use white sugar, you can use dark sugar. Use what you like as long as it's sugar, baby. Hey, some people use honey. Some people, I'll tell you the truth, if I had some honey, I don't really have, I got a lot of honey, but it's all solid. If I had some liquid honey here, I would add some honey to this too. Okay, so we sure know already that the sugar is starting to caramelize a little bit, get some color to it. But we're going to add now 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Dark is considered less sodium to a lot of people. That's why sometimes in the menu, in the recipe, it's going to say dark if they want the less sodium. You know, come on, give me a break. It's all got the sodium. Here's 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. I'm going to use, to make it easy for you, 2 tablespoons of all these liquids that are going in now. 2 tablespoons of mirin. You can use 1 if you like. You can use 2 if you like. Mirin. What the heck is mirin? See? M-I-R-I-N. When you get into your Asian cooking, you'll be using a lot of that. And I'll put another liquid in here. We're going to put some more sake in here. Sake. 2 tablespoons of sake. 1. Watch out, you're going to blow up. 2. Cool. And you know what? I'm even going to put some black pepper in here too. So this sake sauce, this teriyaki sauce, has got some nice flavorings in it. It's not a plain one. In fact, some people, some Japanese chefs I've seen, they just put the liquids together, the mirin and stuff. They don't use this. They put the 3 liquids together with some sugar in a regular old mixing Pyrex, and they'll just put that right in the chicken. They won't even do this pre-cooking stage here, so it's really not necessary. This is how I'm going to do it. And you know what? You can cook this down till it starts to thicken up a bit, and there you'll have it. I don't want to sit here and burn out my battery and use up my whole CD card, but you get the gist. This is going to cook down, but this is going to be the teriyaki sauce that we're going to cook our chicken in later on. Alright? There's this step for you. So here's our chicken that's been marinated away for, that's probably a good half hour to an hour now. So I'm going to throw in some flour now. I'm putting some flour in here. Some use cornstarch, some use potato starch, some use Bible starch, blah starch, and flour, this kind of flour, that kind of flour. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just mix all this up in that flour. Okay, so you can say this method here is the golden chicken method. Okay? The golden chicken teriyaki method. And that's it. See? And what we're going to do with this chicken, we're going to fry it on all sides. So I'm just going to stick them inside the frying pan right now. We'll be doing some frying on this. This is actually making the teriyaki chicken right now. And we want this chicken cooked good. Next time, don't use 2 tablespoons of sake. This way, the coating, you'll have a better coating of the flour on these instead of it getting clumped up like that. It's still all good. It's still all good. You're crazy, man. I know I'm crazy, but I like it. Alright. This is going to taste great. And there's no doubt you can put the blindfolds on and someone hands you and gives you a taste of this. And you're going to go, whoa, and they're going to say, what is that? And you're going to say, that's teriyaki chicken. What, are we at a Japanese restaurant? And you go, yeah. Sir Culture's Japanese restaurant, right here. Yeah, I'm using a lot of chicken. Because they had the package, and I'm using this up. I don't want stuff laying around here. You know, I'm really not a meat eater. I'm doing this basically to satisfy my International Cuisine Night challenge. See, that chicken don't want to move down there. You gotta wait. You wait a while as you're cooking. And then you move it when it wants to move. Look at this mess. That's because I put too much sake in. See, you make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But it's not a mistake. It's going to taste great. So hang in there. I'll come back as this chicken. Okay, one side, you know, it's cooking. This chicken's cooking. So turn these pieces over and brown the other side. You see? And they come up easy now. They're flipping over nice and easy. Nothing's getting stuck to the bottom of the pan. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. And what we want both of those sides on these guys. Yeah, see, it's stuck a little. Both of these sides, because we're getting to the outer side of the pan where there's not much heat in this area there. So nicely flip over your chicken. And make sure at least both sides get some kind of crispness on it a little bit. A little slightly browned. And, you know, some of these pieces aren't cooperating. That's okay, because all that goodness on the bottom of the pan is good once we stick in the sauce, the teriyaki sauce. But we're going to remove the chicken and get that oil out of there before we put any teriyaki sauce in here. That's for sure. You see? And I'll go ahead and turn over the rest of the chicken. I'll keep you informed. And back over here, you can see the chicken is coming along. So now I'm just going to mix it up and let them fall however they will. Oh, somebody fell right out of the pot. Yeah, we want to brown them up a little more. But this chicken is pretty much cooked, and it's going to get cooked more once we get going with that teriyaki sauce. Now I'm going to have to find that other piece, grab it out of there, wash them up, and throw them right back into the mix. See, so here's the chicken from a teriyaki chicken that I pulled out of the pan, and now here's the pan, but I'm going to have to switch batteries because the battery's going dead. Be right back. Teriyaki chicken. Throwing that chicken back in the pot, and we got our teriyaki sauce that I showed you how to make, and we're pouring that in there. Oh yeah, you like the way that sounds? That's ah, and the sound of ah. Now I used extremely dark sesame oil and soy sauce, and that's why she's so dark. Now let's just bring this up and teriyaki this chicken up and let that teriyaki soak in. And you see a lot of this stuff already is coming off the bottom, being released from this liquid into, make sure all those scrumptious pieces are going to be covered. And now we're going to go with this. See how that stuff comes up? That's going to mix right in with the teriyaki sauce. And you can always thicken this up by using cornstarch mixed in water. But you know what? I might not want to do it. I might want to liquor like this. It's not that loose, that's for sure. This is not that loose. So, again, mix this stuff around, mix your teriyaki chicken around. Come on, cook it up, cook it up. Does that smell good? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the first time I made teriyaki chicken. Yeah, well, I'm doing it just to satisfy my International Cuisine Night challenge. I got your pan, so I'm making a 3-part meal. Teriyaki chicken, miso soup, and white rice. And this is a pretty strong looking teriyaki, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to get let this go just a wee bit more, and then I'll plate it up and show you what it all looks like. Here it is. my Japanese meal that I made up. I got my white rice here with my chopsticks. Over here I have my teriyaki chicken. And in here, miso soup. So what do you think? And this Japanese eat this, you finish everything at the same time everything is done. And I'm going to eat this right now. Come on, Japanese people. Is this a Japanese meal? Please, somebody help me. And anyway, this is a Japanese meal. Teriyaki chicken, miso soup, traditional, and a bowl of white rice with chopsticks. And I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.